live from the city of Los Angeles. It's your boy, Dwayne Cofield, Drug Dealers to Businessmen podcast. This is the weekly tap in, and I am tapping in. It's good, y'all. Go Dodgers. Off the top, right? What's happening? What's the word? Everybody good? Good. Because what we be talking about today is this is episode number 27, season 5. And the thing about this episode is near and dear to me, as I always say, but this particular one is what to do while you're waiting on your dream. What to do while you're waiting on your dream, man. And it doesn't seem like it's a sexy topic, but this is the deal, man. Depending on what type of dream you are positioning yourself for, depending on what you're going after, it may require a lot of time, a lot of commitment. As I mentioned to you guys in a previous episode, I was listening to I believe her name was Ketanji Jackson. She's the Supreme Court Justice. And that piece of advice she said was that you can go and get anything you want in life. It just may take a really long time. Like things that are really big and things that are heavy, things that are require a deeper level commitment. There's a reward that comes along with that too, right? And oftentimes people don't see it through. There's a parable called Acre of Diamonds, really good parable. And what it talks about is basically someone had sold as farmer or sold someone a farm and was supposed to have all these diamonds on it. He bought the farm. He's like, man, get this farm. He started mining for it, and couldn't find anything. Like, man, this piece of crap somebody got over on me. So I'll sell it to the next fool. He said, hey, man, this is supposed to be an acre of diamonds. It's supposed to be da 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 da. If you can find it, hey man, but I just, I didn't have the time. Da, 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 da. So here, you buy it. He's thinking he's finding him a sucker. Well, just as the dude had quit, and you could see the cartoon, they got like a little cartoon thing that they show online. Just as the guy quit, the dude found it, right? It was just, and that's the thing. There's also another swimmer that Lynn Chadwick, who swam the English Channel, who, because of fog, she couldn't see, right? So a lot of times, just because we can't see something doesn't mean that it's not near. And I'm reading a book called "So Good They Can't Ignore You" by Cal Newport, because somebody was talking about passion versus skill. And the thing about the book, what it talks about is developing your skill to a point to where it's marketable. All right. And a lot of times what we do is we'll go after something that's more passion driven. And he used an example of someone who started a yoga studio, right? Somebody, I think she was on Wall Street or something to that effect. And came and said, you know what, my passion is yoga, so I'm gonna start a yoga studio. And one of the things about the problem with yoga studios is it's not scalable per se. Now you've seen some that are maybe, I think MDR or something like that. There's a couple other ones that are cross, state lines, but for the most part, that's not something that's scalable. And I think what he said was she ended up on welfare or something like that because it's just one of those things. There's 100 yoga studios, and you could say that about almost any business. Granted, I get that, but the on the flip side of that, there was the gentleman that he described that he was saying that had an ad worked at an ad agency and started to go freelance. But before he freelanced, he kept his job, kept his relationships, and didn't kind of burn the boat mentality. So, long story short is, basically the premise of the book was that you can accomplish everything. You don't have to just cold turkey it and say, I'm going to just go just 100% go after my passion, right? Because then you kind of burning the boat. You're not leaving really in any type of windows open. Now, the one of the keys is um, trying to manage your, I wouldn't call it like impatience, but really it is in a sense, right? Trying to manage your impatience to the sense of where I know this is going to take a long time. I'm in it for the long run, and I'm willing to do what it takes to get there. And in the meantime, I'm not going to miss anything. So that was one thing that I had to come to terms with. So what can I do in between the time, right? My dream may take a long time, almost like when you get a prison sentence, right? You get a prison sentence, they say, hey, here's what day you're going to get out. Okay, that's kind of like your dream is your prison sentence. Okay, so what you gonna do in between that time, right? What is that? You gonna program? You're gonna stress out. You're gonna get on the phone. You're gonna constantly hound your shit to where that other person would be, man, I can't. You still there, right? Are you gonna do that? Because what they tell you in prison is you need to start programming. You need to figure out what you need to do in between this time. You know the date that you're coming home. So can you get a degree? Can you get 2 degrees? Can you lose 40 pounds? Can you get good at calculus? What can you do in between this time? There's a lot of skills to be developed that can translate into not only enhancing your business, but it can translate into making some money in between that time as well. So if you have an opportunity to develop a skill, right, or in between, I can pick this up, I can learn this. This may even have perhaps help my business down the road. Why not? What else are you doing? Pick up a job. Why not? Free training. We have this thing where if it's like if I'm not in the position that I want by a certain date and time, then there's no point in pursuing it anymore. Oh, I'm done. As oh my God, I'm drawing a blank, but it was a case of the fuck it's, right? You can't get to that point to where you don't care anymore, right? It's really, really important that you pursue and constantly keep saying, like, keep that dream within an arm's reach, or at least keep your eye on it. Sometimes it does get cloudy and shaky where you don't feel like you can finish, where it seems like it's going to be a hairy, hairy situation forever, right? And like I said, I'm doing this now for myself. I hope that you guys watch and listen, but it doesn't matter. It's my therapeutic moment to talk to myself and reflect on the things that I've been dealing with. And one of the things I've been dealing with is, what do I do in between the time that I'm trying to pursue my dream? Everything has its date and time, and I need to figure that out. I have to figure it out. What can I do in between that time? I'm still a teacher, so I still teach. I got a new class, so I'm stretching myself on that. I'm learning database, Squill. I'm learning a bunch of different things that I've never learned before. Basket analysis is one of the things that I've learned. I've learned cluster analysis. Some of these things that will translate into something later because I'm able to analyze data. Can it benefit me from a business standpoint? Absolutely. What else can I learn? Just finished an artificial intelligence class. Now you want to talk about something that's really, really sexy. There's artificial intelligence for not only pictures, images, text, in addition to songs. So if you think about that from an entrepreneurial standpoint, how can that benefit you, right? How can artificial intelligence serve the homies? Well, we did one episode on it, right? But now I'm even more interested in it as I just finished up the class. It was a really good class, and they were talking about what it can do and what it can't do. There's a lot of flaws in it. Don't get me wrong. There's hallucinations. There's a lot of times they won't. Oh, I'm drawing a blank again. They won't credit the right person if they're getting information from certain places. So it can be kind of tricky. But what it can do is it can enhance certain things that you may not want to do, right? So in terms of writing, you may write something you're like, man, how can I make this sound better? Right? You bring in the thought, but you can make it sound better, give it certain parameters. And the main thing is prompt engineering, as I mentioned before. If you can develop a really, really solid system of prompt engineering and you make uh, the algorithm or the large learning or language learning models or something like that, LLMs, I believe it's called. But these are the things that you can learn in between the time. What type of AI class can I take? Why would it be important to me? Can I learn database? What is database? Google it. Start there. Free database classes, right? There's a resource called W3 Schools. So let me show you guys this resource. So there's a resource called W3 Schools. And what it does is, let me open up a window for y'all. This is where you can learn a lot of that. So the stuff that I'm talking to you guys about, the database things, I'm on this stuff. You can learn the code. This is all type of things. So if you don't know these type of things, let me show you. Let me show you real quick. This is free stuff, man. This is so dope. There's also, I got another one that I'll show you as well because I've been really heavy on this stuff, man. So this is W3 Schools. They have quizzes, they have tutorials. So if you want to know coding, you want to know, I'm here for the database. So if you look in the top, let's see, right here in the right where it says MySQL. So this is what I'm on. Let me see if I gotta share this with you again. So this is, if you look on here, this is MySQL, and this basically tells you about the language, the database language. Now, it may not be of interest to you because this is something that I'm looking at from a personal standpoint. But what I am trying to show you is that this is a free resource. You can use it anytime you want, and you can learn something. So even if you're in a position where you're like, man, my resume isn't as nice as I'd like it to be, and I need to add some flavor to it, right? I need to take some training or whatever the case may be, then do that. This is a free resource as well. You know, I'm also real proponent of Google Skillshop. There's a lot of things there in terms of YouTube, in terms of Google Shopping, in terms of all Google products where you can actually learn from this stuff. But this, oh, let's go back to this. So MySQL tutorial, it asks you questions. It tells you examples, like where you're getting it from. This is the select command. And then it says try it yourself. So you can go there, try it yourself, and then you can put in there and you could test it, right? It tells you how many customers and how to actually run databases. Why is this important? Because if you're in a company or you, at least you want to know a little bit about it to know how to hire somebody. Say, you know, we have all this data that we're collecting on our website, between our website and our orders. If you have an e-commerce website or you're selling any type of e-commerce, you want to look at the orders, where they're ordering from, how frequent they're ordering. You could do a lot with this database management and pull names if you wanted to send them certain promotions. If you wanted to do the market basket analysis is a little bit different. That's more on suggestions, right? So they do an analysis similar to some of these things. They do an analysis on data collected and they see what people have bought certain things together. So when you look at a market basket analysis, you're trying to see what the probability of somebody, say for instance, you're buying chips. What's the probability that they buy salsa? What's the probability that they buy bean dip? We found that 80% of the people bought bean dip with their chips. Okay, cool. Then we'll look at perhaps running a coupon for salsa to try to get them interested in that, right? Or something similar to that. So that's kind of what that market basket analysis does. So I'm just dropping some stuff on y'all that the stuff that I've been up to. You know, just trying to show you, like, in the meantime, what can I be doing? I could be developing free skills. This is free money, dog. And like, if you wanted to learn, let's see what else they have on here. So Bootstrap, this will be it, though. I would want to learn Excel. Now, this is something that I really, I'll probably go through this again just because it's a really good program to learn. I've been really getting knee deep in Excel. It's good for me, good for my research acumen, and it's good for any type of business I'm in, especially if I'm collecting data. Your email database, depending on if you're using Survey, what is that? Not Survey Monkey, Constant Contact or MailChimp, which are two email email systems or software. You can export that to Excel and start to play around with the data that you have. If you start to learn some of these tutorials, whether it's Excel or SQL, these are things and these are all other languages too. So if you're interested in trying to, like, perhaps learn coding, that's cool. You can look at a lot of these different things. This is a free, as I mentioned, this is free, 100% free. And you love programmers who develop things like this, at least to get your feet wet to say, okay, I understand it. At the very minimum, I understand it, right? Whether I pursue it or not, or how I pursue it is really up to me, right? To what level I take it to in my application, right? Looking for opportunities where you can apply it to real life. But these are real situations, formatting, data analysis. This is what's up, charts, pivot tables, averages. These are the good ones, right? The functions, COUNTIF. Like, I've been playing around with COUNTIFs in other database systems. So I've been knee deep. Sometimes the things that you're afraid of, the things that may give you a little bit of anxiety, are the things that perhaps may take you to another level as well. I had to teach this class. I'm kind of avoid teaching this class because I have never taught the class. It's a new experience for me. And it's not an easy class to teach because there's programming, there's marketing, there's a combination of all of them. And when I mean programming, you're dealing with R, you're dealing with a lot of Excel functions. So I had to spend my time, my nights, pretty much from 10 to 1 every night, just down there playing around with Excel, going through these functions, learning Squeal, learning R. I need to learn R for research, right? Little did I know it's going to help me teaching this actual class, which is called marketing analytics class. In the analytics class, the majority of things that they're dealing with are databases or ways that we're collecting information from consumers. So the more times you click on a certain ad, how you respond to coupons, how you respond to certain things, your behavior in the store, your behavior online, all these things are being monitored, and also somebody's actually analyzing this data to make sense out of it and ultimately make marketing action. So that's what I've been up to. And I've been like, man, I've been really, really excited about it. There's another tool, if you're interested in artificial intelligence, called Magic School. And Magic School is for educators. Let me get to it. I'm gonna show you guys this. Magic School AI is dope. I've been on one, man. I'm telling you. But this one is good for hold on, y'all can't see it yet. Y'all can't see it yet. But let me share another screen with you. This one's good for if you're interested in learning or teaching AI. Let me sign in. Hopefully I can sign in with my Google. I am an educator. You kidding me? But yeah, so here you go. So what it does is, like, you can look at some of the tools here. This is for teachers. So these are some of the tools. And like I said, I'm on the stuff kind of, oh, you guys can't see it yet. Hold up. All right, let me remove this. All right. There you go. So you can see right there, you can see right in that top left corner, letter recommendation. Then right on the right, YouTube video summarizer. So if I wanted to summarize a YouTube video or be able to explain it, AI will do it for me. So some of these things, when you start to think about topics, even topics like how do you summarize the theory of whatever, and AI can actually do it for you, right? At least give you, double check, but it gives you some foundational things to work from, right? Or it can be a tool, right? And the way I explained it, because we had to develop policy for AI as well within this class, is it's a tool, and tools can be used to cut people, or tools can be used to build houses, right? They're still tools. So that's what, kind of the way I try to explain it to students. It's a great tool. This is the best of times. We have never had anything like artificial intelligence ever. I mean, it is fascinating, and people feel threatened. And it's like, I watched a video where the guy, one of the founders of, I think it's NVIDIA or something like that, one of the major players in the AI space, he's like, no, AI is not going to take your job. The person who knows how to use AI is going to take your job. And that was factual to me. I was like, okay, that's legit, bro. I get that, because if we're not knowing how to use these tools, the person who does is going to kick our ass. Bottom line, right? So if us as professors aren't knowing how to make our lives easier so that we can go do research or go do other things, AI can supplement some of the things, right? At least rubrics. Like there's let me show you some more stuff on here. A rubric generator, right? So you can say, okay, put the assignment in there, develop a rubric. This is an image generator, right? So developing images using Adobe's AI, right? So Adobe has a pretty dope AI where you can put a description in there, and then it would generally develop. I'll show you better than I can tell you. So this is AI generator. Like these, you can put images in here, upload an image, and then we'll turn it into something like that. Let me see if I got an image I can upload really quick. So this was, let's see. No, that's not a good one. Let me see if I got another one. Yeah, let's try this guy. Hopefully you guys can see this, my live demonstration. So we're gonna upload him in there, and I think hopefully it turns it into more like a cartoon type situation. Yeah. I'm continuing as him. But it's like I said, if we can just think about from a marketing standpoint, we don't have the ability to a lot of times, and it doesn't do it. Sometimes it does a good job, but sometimes it doesn't. Let's see. With a background, you can put stuff in there and say, okay, save the magic school. I'll just put it in there. Let's see if we can do an animation. So that's what I'm saying. Is like some of these things is all right. Let's try it. Or you can tell it what to do, right? You can tell it I want an animated scene of, and that's what they're talking about here. So it's a whole thing. Learn how to write effective prompts. So if you want to write more effective prompts, um, that's the way you're going to really. Now it's showing blank. So okay, we close this out. So you can see the kid here, animated scene of textbooks falling. You could switch it and say animated scene of hamburgers falling. Put hamburgers. And let's see. Everywhere I put textbook, I mean, wherever they put textbooks, put hamburgers. Now let's see, generated. Let's see if it changes it at all. But this is kind of like the way AI kind of works. Is kind of it's tricky, but if you really understand it, look, hamburgers everywhere, right? Voila. You guys see that? So that's the thing. Like, so when you see things like that, think about what they could do for marketing. We just generated images. It's not caught. This isn't anybody else's stuff, right? So what else can we do, right? We can write jingles. So they got an AI that does music. Let me find the AI music. AI song generator. That's not the one. Let's say Soundverse, but we'll try this one. So this one, you can create music. Know how cheesy the stuff is, but as I mentioned, if you have nothing, what difference does it make? Say, I want a song about I want a song describing chicken. Let me see if it can pick it up from the website. Hopefully you guys can see this. No, I don't want an instrumental. Let's try it. This is all about experimentation. Like I said, what do you do while you're waiting? This kind of shit, right? This is what you play around, you experiment, you see what happens, right? So they should be going to the website, kind of looking around and developing something. Let's see, whenever it gets here, right? But you can understand what I'm saying. I don't profess to be an expert at AI, but I tell you what, I'm playing around with the tools, and I'm trying to. Here we go. Got a verse. Let's see. Golden brown, his finger looking hot and spicy, kicking. All road leads to Cheryl's chicken. Man, look at this, man. We got a song written, y'all. Let's see. It's this is unbelievable, right? Uh, I'm just glad I got witnesses like this. Have you seen ever seen anything like this in your life? Right? Think about the tool. Think about the human putting hey, look at this. Down on Main, you got to go to supply. And we could say down on Century, right? Because we're on Century. All we got to do is just change up a little bit. You dig what I'm saying? Trying to get it to play. Down on Main, you got to go. I was still generating music. Secret Spices, Just Right. Cheryl's Chickens, Dynamite, Golden. Sides that shine like the morning sun, collard greens and biscuits, fun. Cornbread, perfect when it's done. Cheryl got it all one. Cornball, right? But at the same time, hey, man, I could hand this to somebody and say, man, just clean this up, dog. I want to hear the music, though. I'm like, man, y'all put it with a beat or what? It's bugging, isn't it? Oh, you guys can't see it. Hold on. Let me show you. I'm like, okay, because y'all ain't seeing this. So here we go. I'm giving it to y'all tonight. That's for sure. Okay. Get rid of this. So this is the AI generator that I just used for the chicken. So I asked it to write a song or a jingle based on SherrellsFamousFriedChicken.com. And it came up with 2 songs, y'all. But I can't hear it because the music isn't finished yet. So I'm like, yo, man, but there's the lyrics. Down street, crunchy goodness, every bite, juicy. Oh, there it goes. Hold on. Can you guys hear the music? Can you guys hear the music? Might give me a thumbs up if you can hear the music. I don't know if y'all can hear it or not. Okay, so yeah, so watch. So there's some corny. Sherrell's chicken skills to show. Crunchy goodness, everybody. Juicy wonder, pure delight. Secret spices mixed just right. Sherrell's chicken's dynamite. Golden brown and finger-licking. Every piece it's corny. Chicken, hot and spicy. Mild and chicken. All ready to Sherrell's chicken. Sides that shine like morning sun. Collard greens and biscuits fun. Cornbread perfect when it's done. Sherrell's got it all the one. Late at night or lunchtime too. Okay. Beat, lyrics, as corny as it is, a damn robot did it, but it's done. And it only took, what? A minute, 30 seconds, maybe 2 minutes? This is unfreaking believable, dog. I mean, unbelievable. We've never been in a time like this, homie. Never, ever, ever in our lives. You can come with, I can come with photos. I ain't even got on ChatGPT, but I can write something like this where it's like, where we go to this one. I can adjust that. I can say drop in Benzes. Watch this. Where is it? Oh, there it goes. Okay. I'll put Mercedes or Teslas. Watch this. It might put the dual Tesla or it might put the car. Let's put red Teslas. Watch, let's see what. That's what I'm saying. Like this is unfreaking believable. Let's see if it confuses itself, or it's gonna give us some little Teslas. Oh no! So they came with heels. They might think of something else. Let's see. See if it gives us the same one. But my point is, yeah. So that didn't work. But you can work on it. You can put whatever you want. You can put on there. I think the Statue of Liberty. Let's see if it can do that. Let's try it. Let's try it. We don't know. It might give you something weird. A lot of times it comes back weird because the prompt isn't correct. Nah, see, this isn't. And it may do that for because that's Adobe. It may be doing that because of licensing. I don't know, but that didn't work. But we're okay with that. So nonetheless, man, trying to put you guys up on some game, especially with this AI. Let's see if this one finished downloading. It's taking long to get to the verse, huh? Oh yeah, that one's pretty good right there. Sound like some old 70s corny music. What y'all think? Funky, they got a bridge and everything. See, this is the thing, man. Your partners ain't telling you this kind of shit. This is what I'm saying. This is type of stuff that I geek off of, man. I try to share with the homies. Most homies is like, man, you tripping. Listen, bro. I'm usually ahead of the game, so none of it makes a damn bit of sense at the moment, right? We're not even thinking like this. Like, hey, all right, man, AI is getting ready to have everybody doing all kind of shit. We're getting ready to have robots. We're getting ready to have, think the Jetsons. The Jetsons is about to be here in the next 5 years, right? We already got robots. Elon Musk got them available. 30 bands. You too can have somebody picking up your stuff, taking out your laundry, taking out your trash, doing a lot of the stuff that you don't feel like doing, right? Once they're not there yet. Now, I'll give you that. They're not all the way there yet, but it's coming, right? Anytime we have robots writing songs with funky hooks, man, what? It's a matter of time. And songwriters is jumping over. How dare you, man? Listen, I don't know if you're on tour. I don't know if you're into it with your mate. I don't know what the hell you're doing, but I know this robot is available. That's what I do know, right? And ready to go. Ready to change your lyrics, don't have an attitude, doesn't give me any creative flack, none of that shit. So you got it as an artist, I'll be worried too, but I learned how to work this. I wouldn't see it as a threat. I'd be like, okay, homie, let me figure out how I can work this, right? It may be word selection. Maybe I'm stumped. I'm trying to find a word that rhymes with this. Ask ChatGPT, shit, you help your lyrics out, dog. What we doing here? You feel me? Real talk. Most cats won't. They take it the wrong way. That's why I said I quit talking about stuff that's related to me. You know what I'm saying? I quit that. I'm like, this can be beneficial to anybody. You know what I'm saying? To anybody. And like I said, if this can write a song in a minute, jeez, what you think? Right? This is helping us out. Jingles. Right? We thinking jingles. What else? Right? We got, so far, what we dropped so far? School, gave you school for you to learn how to develop our Google Skillshop. So my point is, the whole point of this entire episode was, what do you do while you're waiting on your dream? You fuck around and find out. You find stuff out, right? You learn about stuff. You play with things. You poke the box. You see what AI can do. You see what you can do. Right? In the process, we don't just sit there. We don't stay dormant. We don't stay in one place, man. I remember from the game, man, you can't sit there in the bed and wait for the drop to be over with. Oh, no, no, no. You got to go out there and move, bro. You got to create energy. And this is creating energy. This is creating positive energy. I gave y'all 3 AI tools. Magic School, which has some dope tools as well. W3 Schools, which you can learn database, where you can learn Bootstrap if you want to learn more coding. Python is also something that's really popular as well if you're interested in that. All free tools, homie. What's up, Steven? Welcome back, homie. Liberty Road legend, homie. Welcome back, homie. I got your message, dog. Salute, man. Glad you're back, man. It's for real. But yeah, man, I'm giving the homies tools. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still here. I'm still trying to give y'all whatever I get. Whatever I learn, man, that's y'all too. I promise you. And that's the thing. We got to share this kind of game. Well, we don't have to. I'll continue to share. Doesn't matter. I don't need no help. I don't need nobody to exchange game with me, man. God gives me my source. So I get this shit all the time from different random places that I'm not supposed to be, man. I'm on some Talented 10, Spook who sat by the door, you name it. I'm ear hustling and I'm taking it back to the turf all the time, right? No matter what I learn, where I learn it, I always bring it back, right? So I'm learning kitchen game, told y'all that. Travel game, told y'all that. Now on some other stuff, all day, homie, all day. And that's my gift, right? Because I heard somebody say, man, it was like, man, what you know, as long as they, you know, he was like, you know, I don't care what nobody said about me, as long as they put he loved his people on his headstone. You know what I'm saying? And that was deep for me. Like, you loved your folks enough to do all these things for them, to be the sacrificial lamb, to put yourselves in uncomfortable positions so that they succeed. That's the key. A lot of people aren't willing to put themselves in uncomfortable positions of embarrassment. Um, you name it. I mean, every emotion. I'm on my Nipsey Hussle stuff. I've been through every freaking emotion that you can go through. You name it. Not one that I haven't been through. Sorrow, depression, anxiety, fear, paranoia, anger. Boom, boom, boom. But I managed to stay level-headed enough to try to deliver the messages, not real and not taking it for granted that I'm sitting up there just going through it just to go through it. This is for other people. And a lot of people don't take that responsibility. We here for other folks, man, not for ourselves. We get little to no joy after buying our gift for ourselves. That shit lasts this long. And you right back to something else, right? It's not satisfying. But what is really satisfying is giving a gift to the world, being a gift to the world. And in that sense, you get your gift. It sounds kind of counterintuitive. I get it. But that's when you get your gift, is when you become a gift to the world. I promise you that. So the more you go out there and seek information and try to bring it back to help people advance, you're going to be blessed forever. It's almost like the fountain of youth to a certain extent, right? You want to live forever, be a fucking resource to somebody, period. You know what I'm saying? Niggas that go, that was the ones who was just sitting around here taking, and being cancers to certain areas, right? You can't do that. You know, you can if you want, but there's consequences and repercussions for that. Or you can find something in between the time that you're working on your dream. Because let me tell you something, when you start to have that time in between when your dream is accomplished and where you are, it's going to be lurkers, homie, and them cats who ain't got shit to do that are going to try to distract you. Homie, let's slide over here. Homie, let's go over here. Homie, I'll come through with whoopie wham. The conversation starts to go to the left. Nah, bro. Shut that down. Get back to it, right? Right when you starting to drift, you got to have enough discipline to get back to it, whatever it is. And this is why it's so important to be developing skills in between that time. Because when you get bored and when you have that downtime, that's when the enemy's going to go after you too. Not in a violent way, not in a, I'm trying to mess you up, but in a subtle, suggestive manner. Subtle, suggestive manner in the sense of, hey, man, we about to just, man, you should just, and it's going to be so subtle and smooth. And next thing you know, you're out of control. And you're like, man, let me get back to my center, right? Let me get back to where I'm supposed to be because I have an objective and a mission to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, understand this. When you do have this downtime that you have in between your dream, you're going to have to fulfill it with something, right? And it can't be something that's detrimental to you long term, right? Don't pick up a bad habit in between this time. Pick up a good one. And always stick to your discipline of focusing on this. This is the most important thing that's going to make everything go, right? It's the brain, just like they talk about computer, just like they talk about electric car. Nothing works without the brain. Nothing works without the mind. So you got to protect that and make sure that that's always on and always in the right mood, because everything else falls in line, and you bring things to you with the right mindset. With the wrong mindset, you're not attracting them. You're distracted and they're going away from you, right? So that's the thing. Like, mindset is everything, and it took a while for me to realize that. So I go do my exercise. That's priority and important. Bike rides, hikes, walks, things that make me feel good is more important than anything else I got going. I got to feel good in order to move the right way, in order to attract the right things to come to me. When I'm in the wrong mindset, again, I attract the wrong things. Those things gravitate towards me. So let's review, right? We got a lot of game tonight, a lot of resources, right? We W3 Schools, Magic Schools, Adobe Suite for AI, some other tools for AI as well as a song maker. That was probably the dopest part, right? You guys can still, those who are just tapping in, it's right here. This is a song that I put in the AI to write a song for our chicken spot, and it gave us 2 of them in a matter of minutes. Fascinating, really hard to deal with. And the thing in looking at the AI is, again, it's not a threat. The person who understands how to use it is one. So you need to be on that side of the fence. There's a lot of free AI tools out there. YouTube is going to be your best friend. Spend a lot of time on that. I know we can drift trying to get into the Lil Durk stuff and all that stuff and the drama, but Modern MBA is another good subscription. If you are watching on YouTube, Modern MBA has a lot of good videos on business models, right? So if you want to learn about a business model, how it works, how much money they make, they break all that shit down all the time. Really, really good resource. So if that's your thing, do that. Third thing, right? Have the right mindset. You got to have the right mindset. Period. You can't go into things thinking about the wrong things. You got to make sure your mind is cool so that you embrace and bring it on. And the last thing is our book resource. So, book that let me pull it up. That I just got. Well, I didn't just get it, but I got it a while ago. And it's a really good book. And what it talks about is, I know I haven't shared it with you guys. Well, I got 1 credit available. Hey man, I get excited about that stuff, like kids in candy stores. You know what I'm saying? I get really excited about it because it's, when you start to uh, you have your certain ways of things and how you do things. You're like, man, these are treats to me. You dig what I'm saying? These are real treats to me. Let me hide this. My chicken, hey man, those. If you just now tuning in, watch the beginning, man. But the chicken songs are crazy. All right, so that's not the book. That's Ta-Nehisi Coates. But the book that I got, Think Fast, Think Slow, is fascinating to me. Oh my God, it is unbelievable. But the authors, whatever, but the content is fascinating. More on consumer behavior. I get that. But this is the one right here. So good they can't ignore you. Can you guys see that? Hopefully you guys can see that. Yeah, let me change that up a little bit. So Good They Can't Ignore You by Cal Newport. And what he talks about in that is skills versus passion. What I had mentioned earlier in the podcast, right? The skills versus passion argument. Should I pursue my passion, or should I let my skills translate into something that's going to make me a millionaire? That's the key, right? That's the $1 million question right there. What should I do? And that right there, once they figure that part out, you'll see the examples that he uses in there. So that's what I'm listening to, in addition to Think Fast, Think Slow. And then also for my mindset, I am listening to Money and the Law of Attraction. And it talks about mindset in there. That's what I'm on, fellas and ladies and gents. That's what I'm on. So just to recap, man, this episode was specifically about what to do when you're waiting on your dream. And I just gave you a ton of shit to do. So let's get cracking. All right. I will salute, man. Go Dodgers. And I'm tapping out.